Welcome to our series on comparative forms in adjective and adverb. Remember, we are looking at these comparative forms in adjective and adverb because in everyday life and interaction, in everyday communication, you may want to show, people may want to show in their speech the differences in quantity, the differences in quality, the differences in nature between two or more things or people. Let's take for example, before we look at what is on the board, let's take for example, if you say Amodu's car is small, that is normal. But if you say Ame's car is smaller than Amodu's, you are looking at Ame's car and Amodu's car. Now, suppose you say Aminata's car is the smallest of all. Now you see small, smaller, smaller. First, you say Amodu's car is, you are not looking at Amodu's car and another car. But the second, Ame's car is smaller than Amodu's. Two people and two cars. You are looking at the two cars of two people. Now, the third one, Aminata's car is the smallest of all. You are looking at Aminata's car vis-a-vis all other cars. So, the adjective small in the first sentence that I said, Amodu's car is small, explains one car. In the second sentence, Ame's car is smaller than Amodu's. The second sentence, the ending ER is added to small to show that a comparative is made between two cars. But the third sentence compares one car to all other cars. Therefore, the ending EST was added to small to show that comparison. Hence, when we compare two things, we add ER to some adjectives. But when three or more things are compared, we have to add the ending EST. Never use the words more or most. I am saying it again. I'm emphasizing it again. I did say it before. Never use the word more or most before adjectives ending in ER or EST. Don't do that. Don't write, for example, more busier. No, don't do that. Or most prettiest. No, don't do that. That is wrong. Don't write it. Don't say it. Now, let's look at the first rule. We are taking adjective, comparative forms in adjective before we do comparative forms in adverbs. Let's take the first rule now, and as we go on, we take other rules. First rule: if an adjective ends in Y, follow that. If an adjective ends in Y, change the letter Y to I and add ER or EST. Let's say it again. Let me say it again very clearly. If the adjective ends in Y, change the letter Y to I and add ER if it's comparative or EST if it's superlative. Let's take some examples. Number one, busy, ending in Y. We say, remove the Y and put I, and then put ER or EST. Busy, that is nominative. Comparative, busier. Superlative, busiest. This is a very busy road. That road is busier than ours. The other road is the busiest of all. Number two, easy. Oh, this work is easy. Comparative, we say add, remove the Y and put I before you put ER. Easier, easy, easier. This work is easy. Oh, mine is easier than yours. Alabi's own is the easiest of all. So you have easy, easier, easiest. Look at nominative, happy. Comparative, happier. Remember we say, if it ends in Y, change the Y and add I before you put ER if it's comparative and EST if it's superlative. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Lazy, oh, this person is lazy. Oh, the other girl is lazier than Amy. Laziest. That girl is the laziest girl in class. Look at Messi, 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 Messi. Messi, messier, messiest. That is, you make something very dirty. You want model things up. Messi, messier, messiest. Look at number 7. Pretty, that girl is pretty. The other girl is prettier than that, the former one. That one is the prettiest. Prettier, prettiest. Weary, wearier, weariest. So, remember the principle. This is the first section we are going to take. And then, remember the principle. Saying in this adjective, comparative forms in adjective. Adjective. If an adjective ends, adjective. If an adjective ends in Y, change the letter Y to I and add ER if it's comparative or EST if it's superlative. Remember, these ones, you have to remember the word than. Busier than. I am busier than my brother. This work is easier than yours. My uncle is happier than my auntie. This load is heavier than yours. Remember than. You must, anytime you hear than, you know that it's comparative. Now, look at superlative. Remember, you must use the is common. That word the is common with superlative. This is the busiest road. My work is the easiest of all. My father is the happiest of all the men. This road is the heaviest of all. That girl is the laziest in the class. This room is the messiest of all the rooms. That girl is the prettiest girl in the town. He is the weariest man I have ever seen. Weariest. This work is the weariest work I can ever do. You see that? So, if you like our video, please share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget our community-based adult literacy program to support us wherever you can, wherever you will.